Hey there, Drawyah here, and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Today taking flights in the Airbus A330 in Qantas colours, and big update today, well, like update 7, we have fancy scenery all throughout Australia. So, update 7 came out, which covers the entirety of Australia with like new photogrammetry, new ground mesh details, updated default airports, updated scenery, just overall big updates throughout the sim. And yeah, our first look today at Sim Update 7. Long awaited this. I mean, so far looking very positive out on the on social media. So good updates to like FPS, stability, frame rate, all things that I know we've all been well, certainly me, been hoping for a little while now. So A330, the Headwind A330neo model. Fingers crossed, all should go to plan. I'm excited. So jump in the cockpit and let's set our aircraft up today. Hey guys in chat today, hope you are all keeping well. So battery on, some power set, turn on the dome lights, get some visibility, set the 3 LEDs to nav, fuel pumps off now since you fill the aircraft up. Flight time's about 3 hours, keynotes it's between 2 hours and 45 minutes to 3 hours 15, depends on the kind of speed of getting cruised today. Also depends on the winds. It's a very variable flight, this one, for length. It's between 2:45 to 3:15. Cross active sets, emergency lights armed, local lights on, strobe lights automatic. And that should do for the FA power trips. Notice making on, see what the sign stays off. We'll get the tablet loaded up, so I'll find a Headwind model, which should give us pretty good coverage on that. New fancy flight pad updates for the A330 as well. Originally 3 hours flight score. Yeah, no, I'll go sleep for you, Superflight. Go to sleep, you can always watch this another time. Right, so pull our flight info from Simbrief. We'll get the fueling over and done with. This will take a fair while to do. This is the older. Oh, ooh, hang on. Why do you do that? My monitors are just, oof, sorry. For some reason, all my monitors and displays and screens just kind of compressed down into one. That's obviously my my drivers giving up there. But I didn't update today's drivers 516 because based on the Facebook comments on it, apparently it's not the best update for Microsoft Flight Sim. So hold off for a little bit longer. Wait until we can get a bit more of an update on that. Right, put that to the side. Discord, you can come to the side. I should put my bots ready. Cool. Right, so Melbourne to Cairns, by the way. Yeah, the flight today is Melbourne to Cairns. So I'm flying from South Australia up to the North Australia. So we're only going kind of across the east, starting off in New South Wales, ending up in Queensland. So flying kind of on the east coast, which to be fair has a majority of the scenery in Sim. We depart to the east to kind of over Melbourne at low altitude cruise. As we finish the city, that course, head to the north, and then fly along the coast for the last portion of the flight. So get a chance to kind of spot over Townsville, a few of the bit of the Great Barrier Reef as well, approaching to Fishy, and then down to Cairns. So quite a good bit of flying today, quite a scenic route as well, which hopefully should be pretty good for us. Right, head over to the dispatch, check our flight plan. Fuel requirement today is 24793, so I'll say 2500 will do. Start fueling, and payload wise we'll do that from the tablets. Over to FMS, we will start the FMS alignments, take a couple of minutes, so we will go to initialization, plug in our departure, which is Yankee Mike Lima arriving at Yankee Bravo Charlie Sierra. Align the IRS. Plug in our flight number today, which is Quebec Foxtrot 702, QF702. Cost index of 85. Cruising altitude at flight level initially 380. So actually you get quite a bit of high altitude cruise today. You start off at 380 at Poriv up to 40,000 feet. So fair enough, I'm flying low, slow and scenic. Nope. Simbury finally gives us a 40,000 feet cruise. Maybe nice and high today, which actually should give us some pretty good efficiency in the winds as well. Right, 0 fuel weight centre of gravity, we'll pull that from the flight plan. 0 fuel weight is 161.835. Centre of gravity 21.9. And block fuel on board today is going to be... What's what I put in there? 25 tonnes. Right, let's start the passenger boarding process and let's get our people on board our flights. So, Melbourne to Cairns, QF702, 30,000 feet. Initial flight time 3 hours and 10 minutes, although I plan to get that a bit quicker if all goes to plan. Departure will be at 21 minutes, A330-300 with a passenger count of 256. 256. There's Wi-Fi, there's entertainment, there's boarding music, I think. Yeah, I've got Qantas boarding music. Yes, I do. Have Qantas safety briefing. Get snacks, we get a meal service, and with that, let's start the boarding, shall we? Back to FMS, MCDU menu, ATSU, AOC. This will be the original performance weight balance, so we'll need to go to the next page and request our payload from SimBrief. Load the aircraft, head back, weather request, and send. We'll wait for the company message to receive. So I hear that, Ben. Hopefully it's not a serious back code you've got there. No, most people seem to be a little more, well, some people quite mild, some people quite severe. Hopefully you're on the mild end of that. Mine was kind of mid, where I was bedridden for a bit, but wasn't too badly affected long term. Right, printing out our message, well, our flight plan, or weather. Drawyah exposed. In what way? Let's see how it goes out. So runway today, we're departing from runway 16 on the flight plan. So departing from runway 16, expecting arrival at runway 15. So departing to the south, landing to the south today. Right. So departure weather 2607 knots, plus some visibility. Feed the clouds 4,000, scattered at 6,000. So pretty initial climb to 4,000 feet, and then kind of take a look at Melbourne from low altitude. 11.8 QNH 1013, so it's pretty standard that. So we'll set our altitude to 4,000. We know our initial climb in reality would be, go to the departure SID, cause 9 departure today. So the initial climb would be about, well, 4,000 by Yarra. So actually we start off quite low anyway. Yarra, low altitude, get rid of fuel tank, we don't need that anymore. Up to be fair, 4,000 initial climb, and then from there it's kind of just standard anyway, so there's not really too much to worry about as long as you just keep it at 4,000. So, low altitude view of the city, possible. Flight director on and on. Down to the FMS, let's plug in our flight plan. Yeah, back down under VH, and hopefully do a few more flights in this region because we've got the fancy scenery added as well. First waypoint, Cause. From Cause, we fly direct to Mike November Golf. And I'll probably end up flying direct to Mike November Golf before we even get too far. Mike November Golf, we'd fly the Quebec 76 to Lacotte. We've got fuel in the aircraft now, so we'll turn on the fuel pumps and see what sign comes on. Lacotte, we fly the Yankee 80 to Vompa. Quebec 499 to Fishy. And then direct to Cairns. So flight plan complete, that's our depart, well, that's our flight plan set. There's no AT at the moment, and to be fair, local time in Australia right now is like 3 in the morning, so I'm not expecting much in the way of ATC today. But hey ho. Oop, just also spotted the Jetstar that's also spawned in. Also joining us on our routes today, always appreciated. So there will be a bit of traffic, we're not going to be completely alone on our little flight today. Right. Bus driver, g'day there, eh? How you going, mates? I'm good, dude, how are you? Welcome channel, welcome to chat, eh? Enjoy yourself, Foster's dudes. Right, we'll get right up onto the displays. It will be a sunrise departure, but the sun should be risen once we get to cruising altitude, so visibility wise, lighting wise, it should get a bit brighter as we continue. So I'm going to increase brightness of these slightly, head down to the FMS, go to our... I wonder, let me just quickly find it. P5, where I'll save game SE. Where is it? What did I save it to? I wonder, does the Flex to Win application that's... Where is it? There you go. Does this tool here come with A330? No, I think it's dedicated A320 tool, I'm afraid, so we'll have to go back to the old TCP today. But I might put a word into EasyJets and Pilot, see if we can introduce an A330 calculator for the aircraft as well, because this has A330 200, which isn't quite what we find today, but it's close enough for the matter at hand. So, we'll get our runway length sorted out. Which, according to charts, is meters, isn't it? Yes. 3657 meters. So 36. Airport elevation, less than 1,000 feet. Wind component will be a... In fact, having this is the METAR yet. Let's go to the METAR.
Winds 250 at 6 knots. Temperature 12 degrees Celsius. Few clouds at 3,900 feet. Altimeter 1013. Broken layer at 4,600 feet. Dew point 9 degrees Celsius. Winds 250.
Yeah, so it's a headwind of 250 at 6 knots. So a headwind of 6 knots. As well, the temperature is right now reporting at 12 centigrade, 12 centigrades. QNH 10013. Takeoff weight, grab that from the charts. Flaps 1, anti-ice no, runway condition dry. So flex 54, 136, V1, rotate 136, V2 144. So plan our departure, what we're expecting, which is runway 16 on the course line departure. Insert that, should be pretty direct departure routes. Performance, flex 54. That's 1, 136, 136, 144. Transition altitude, look at our charts for that. Transition altitude is going to be 10,000 feet as set. And we are good to go. So that's our FMS setup complete. We'll start the APU. We'll turn on the brightness of our TFDi slightly. Oop. AP auto shutdown. Why is that? AP auto shutdown must switch off. AP faults. I've had that before. I don't know what's caused that. Let me, fuel pumps. Fuel pumps? No, fuel pumps are active. Fuel on the aircraft. Okay, sure we do. Check our fuel page. APU. Fuel low pressure. Check our fuel page. Ah, okay. The fuel's in the wrong place, that's the problem. So it's filled the outer tanks, which makes sense, to be fair. It's got a fuel on board the aircraft, 25000, confirm that by our flight plan. Total fuel is just under 2500, that's fine. So what tank are you struggling to pull fuel from? Ah, there you go. That's the APU page. I think that should now get going. So the issue is the aircraft had fuel, well, there's fuel in the aircraft, but the pumps weren't quite feeding it. So there we go. Right, flaps open, APU starting, cool. Crisis averted, the fuel just... So there's fuel in the system, but it hadn't pumped its way through the actual aircraft yet, so there's fuel in the system, just not yet hitting the APU engine, so we're alright, just had to wait a few seconds there, being a bit impatient. These aircraft have got some sort of system stability to it. Fair enough, it's not quite PNDG level, but it ain't bad. It ain't bad. Don't doubt the old A330. I hope that the fuel burn is correct for this. Yeah, that's more than I need to know, that's fine. Yeah, good weather, that's fine. Initial climb 4,000 feet. Right, so APU, wait for that to start. APU available, APU available. Bleed sets, give a few seconds to power systems, and then turn off the external power. We can turn off our dome light now, since we are pretty much ready for engine push and start. Just waiting on the last few passengers now to board the aircraft. Which, to be fair, we are already most of the way there. So if I get the cabin crew just to give me a boarding status check. Yeah, about 4 minutes left until we're good to go. Our Unicom set up. Make sure we tune frequency 1228 as well for Unicom. Right, so we are at stand. Let's grab all our numbers. Navigraph charts. We'll keep our SID pinned. Taxi charts. We'll get the taxi stand numbers. So we'll pin that. Parking bays. Foxtrot 12. Foxtrot 12. So stand. Foxtrot 12. Taxiing via. So 160. Taxi to the north. Golf onto Alpha. Holding Bravo. Golf Alpha holding Bravo from runway 16. Departure on the cause line departure. Transition altitude 10,000 feet. Initial climb 4,000. So our Unicom is now set. We'll be using also the Unicom because it's just a bit easier to handle. I'm also streaming at the same time. Also on Unicom it's not too much in the way of traffic, so I need to go to overkill with that. Great parking there on the catering. Thank you very much. What can you say? Sunrise looking very pretty in the old Melbourne. In fact, we turn the clouds back to Ultra. We did turn down slightly, yes. Last one we flew. So clouds need to go back to Ultra, and then buildings. It was all set high anyway, that's fine. Yeah, I'm alright, Victor. I'm alright. It's stressful because you'll take your first time back, same option tutorials. Yeah, good luck, dude. Do enjoy it. Do enjoy it. Right, so we've got another minute left for departure. AP's running and through the aircrafts. Except we drop aircraft go to maintenance. You're not wrong there, to be fair. That is definitely an aircraft strike you're looking at. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard this Qantas flight 702 from Melbourne to Cairns. Flight time today is 3 hours and 10 minutes. We're just the first stage aboard the aircraft that should hopefully in the next few moments start pushing back from the gate. We thank you for choosing Qantas as your carrier today. We hope you enjoyed flight with us on board. Any questions, feel free to speak to the crew. Thank you for flying.
Our flight time will be roughly 3 hours and 10 minutes. Please note the cabin door is now closed. We ask that you make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your larger devices are now shut down and stowed. If you have not already, please fasten your seatbelt and verify it is low and tight across your lap.
Cabin crew beat me to the announcement there.
Upright in launch position for departure. Cabin crew, prepare doors for departure.
Public address general.
Straps and stand by for all calls. Cabin crew, prepare cabin for departure.
Right, so aircraft's good to go. I'm going to activate the beacon lights. Without going through that, we are now ready for push and starts. Now it's an Unicom that we're pushing back from the gates. And we will start with our pushback process. So PushbackZoomer, up you come. Ground from flight deck. Request pushback.
Pushback request confirmed.
No, it's Alex. Always happy to fly at Qantas. This actually was a request a little while ago from one of the people who became a channel member, I believe, on the New Year's flights. So they requested me to do Australia. Well, they requested me to do Melbourne to Cairns in the A330, and I did say to them that it would be a slight delay because I'm going to wait for Australia update to come out. But now that it's here, to be fair, the very first flight I do is in the aircraft flight they've requested. It's not a bad flight. This, like I say, it covers a lot of the scenery, especially on the east coast. Scenery-wise, it should be pretty good indeed. So we start off with a low cruise over Melbourne, down to scenery down below. Fly direct to my flight plan again. After departure, then we'll fly direct to. Where has it gone? So departs on the course line departure. Eventually, we're then directed to Mike November Golf, and then follow flight plan up and towards Cairns. Ground from flight deck.
Ground here. All doors closed and checks completed. Please release the parking brakes.
Brakes released.
Okay. Pushback begins.
I'm rightly, thank you. How are you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the
Gentlemen,
chats.
please direct your attention to the screens for an important safety demonstration. Thank you for flying with us.
Welcome to Long Ridge.
You are cleared to start the engines now.
The home of
Engine
Qantas.
to
G'day,
start.
It's all good. Triple checked. I'll fly it myself. We started here in 1920 as the Queensland and Northern Territory Aerial Services. Priority. And today, with your help, we're going to keep it that way. Give us your attention for the next few minutes to make your journey a safe one, as we take a journey through 100
Turn
years of
facing
innovation
west.
and Australian spirit.
Start turning so you will be facing a western course.
There goes the Jetstar route over us.
This here's a Navro 504 biplane, made from timber and canvas. You're flying on a Qantas Boeing 787 Dreamliner. Sounds a bit flashier than this.
787 this, I must admit. Turn facing south.
Okay. Let me turn you to a southern course.
Stop the pushback.
Okay. Confirm parking brakes set.
Brakes set.
Okay. Sir. Pushback pins are removed. Now it's your turn. See you again.
Right, so we've now finished the pushback part of the flight. Making the engine start up. Engine 2 is active. Engine 1 starting. Test controls. Model matching using the IVAO XCSL. Cream cheese, IVAO XCSL.
Right here on Sydney Harbour. Our life jackets look like this. Yours are a little more modern.
Of course.
You'll find one under your seat,
Flaps
next
position
to it, or in the
1.
leg rest. Remove your life jacket from the pouch by pulling the
This is
tab.
morning, Philip. This is morning today. Out of. In reality, it's like 3 in the morning in Australia, still middle of the night, but we've gone for a bit later in the day, just for the sake of getting a bit of sunrise in, a bit more lights down in the world below.
And remember,
So
only inflate
remember,
your life jacket
136 is our
after
rotates
you leave the aircraft.
today. If engine 1 to stabilise, which it has done. Turn off the ignition. Turn off the APU. Right engine page. And let's announce our taxi intention. So quick Golf Alpha holding short Bravo. Parking brake release at 5 AM, sorry, in Australia, there you go. A bit early there, Aussie Gamer. Go back to sleep for a few hours. How are you doing? Well, channel on chat. Yes, this is a freeway A330 mod, Aussie. This is the Headwind A330. It's freeway mod, downloaded, well, I've used it a couple of times in streams. Last time I flew it was actually the New Year's flight from Sydney to Honolulu. So actually didn't fly Australia not that long ago, to be fair. But one update, of course, we do need to take the time to just add a bit more detail, up close and personal. And we also get the Jetstar departing very shortly, which should be pretty good as well.
If you're seated behind a bulkhead, or you can't reach the seat in front, lean as far forward as you can and hold on to your lower legs.
Flight from London to London to next flight Luton, very nice, do enjoy it. Is this taxiway here? The answer is... Okay, fair enough, we'll go reroute ourselves slightly. We're going to have Victor instead of Bravo. Sorry, Victor instead of Alpha. It's not the end of the world.
Take a moment to locate your exit.
Because I look at Gold Coast some point sooner, Transport Gamer. Yes, I have looked at the scenery. Not looking bad, that. Not bad at all. This stream using vanilla scenery, by the way. It's all vanilla. All based on its defaults. So at the moment. Full distance A330. Full distance is... it says on here now.
Lights will guide you to your exit.
7,200 nautical miles. 7,200 nautical miles. Jets are now departing.
Welcome to the 1970s and our 747 Upper Deck Lounge, when Qantas first introduced yet another innovation to air travel, business class. Keeping you safe has always been important to us. Please help us to create a safe, respectful and positive environment for everyone.
There goes the Jetstar. Very nice.
Allowed on Qantas flights.
Of course, Melbourne, known for its twin control towers.
Including in the toilets.
Which means any audio you get from ATC is done in stereo, not mono. Yeah, that is a scenery glitch, and that is something that I think is known to Flight Sims. They'll update at some point soon. There should only be one control tower, not two. But hey ho. Stereo, ATC, get a proper audio in while you're going for your flight. Lovely haircut. Thank you, Prox. Haircut, thank you for that as well. Haircut on Friday, I think it was. Friday, or Saturday. Saturday it was. So Qantas don't have the A330neo live set, they have the standard A330, but because the Megapack A330 no longer exists as such, we're going to make use of the neo at the moment. Until we get a proper A330 kind of standalone again, we'll go back to it, but for now, it's not the end of the world, I don't think. It's not the end of the world. Yeah, one more for redundancy.
If you have an electronic device, it's time to switch it to flight mode.
So yeah, it should be my November Golf departure we should be on right now, but because of the scenery, we'll go for a slightly more extended one to the east.
Please avoid moving your seat or trying to retrieve it, as phones and tablets may be damaged or destroyed if caught in the seat mechanism. Just ask a crew member for help.
Yes, I believe Aerosoft is making the A330 alive. And that's something they have said they are doing at the moment. So hopefully, something we may see release in the not too distant future. Not that this was actually any bad. It's a default, well, it's a free aeroplane. It's based on the default A320 cockpits, but upgraded to look more like an A330. So there is some detail added, which honestly doesn't look that bad. I do like it a lot. Flight time 3 hours and 15 minutes, Aubrey. 3 hours and 15 minutes. Also, yeah, we are now towards the end of the Qantas safety briefing, which is quite a long one, I must say.
Your crew are here to help, so please follow their instructions at all times. They'll be coming by later with a UNICEF check.
Yep, so in a moment, go there to flight. She's on the left-hand side somewhere.
$35 million to help children in need.
I'm trying to spot you as we pass out to the departure.
Share it to help deliver life-saving healthcare, clean water and education.
It's PACX Beyond, so the cabin crew announcements and safety briefings done by PACX. That's what you hear in the background, just the quantitative briefing as provided by PACX.
Thank you.
All mods, list in the description. You see what mods I'm using? Just have a quick look at the description.
And our crew. Thank you for your loyalty. Thank you for your support.
And thank you for your attention. Have a great flight.
Okay, so I'm actually at Charlie rather than Bravo, so slightly different taxi idea there, but hey ho. Look at visual check. Nothing on the right, nothing on the left. Runway's hours. So now it's our takeoff intention. It's our transponder to active. Landing lights on. Cabin crew, please be seats for departure.
Please note the cabin lights will be dimmed for departure and landing. If you require additional lighting, there is a reading light on the panel above you.
Cabin crew, please be seated for departure.
Alright, we're going to activate our chrono, make sure it's in position. Make sure our spoilers are armed. Max braking set. Cabin is secure. And takeoff config test. Flaps on takeoff config. Ah, good spot there, aircraft. Right, that should be better now. So if we clear the ECAM warning, do not takeoff config test. Aircraft should now. So, brake set, spoilers armed, cabin secure, flaps in one, takeoff for test. Cool, right, happy with that. Takeoff. We'll set the chrono. Takeoff. There we go. SRS runway, next temp 54, auto thrust blue, thrust sets, 100 knots, B1, rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Next stop, Cairns. Flight time 3 hours and 10 minutes. Tapestry 3 hours 10. Very shortly, going to have a left hand turn at Yarra. Flaps up. Autopilot on.
Autopilot on.
So limit altitude 4000. Heading speed sets. Appear over the nose of the aircraft, which should level off very shortly with a view of the scenery. So we're used to climb. Yeah, a bit of a mess there, Hattie, I won't lie. Slightly off there with the auto takeoff setup, but hey ho, we're airborne, that's what matters, I think. So now leveling off at 4000. Just hopefully get some pretty good scenery. We're actually looking at now, so Melbourne's one of the cities in the sim that now has got full photogrammetry. That means completely redone scenery based on real life satellite imagery, 3D modelling based on the actual ground level as well. So all the buildings you see down below is photogrammetry and therefore pretty much as close to real life as you're going to get with the on-ground scenery. Fair enough, high altitudes won't look quite as high resolution, but for a basics get-go, ain't a bad look. So very shortly we'll now make a left-hand turn over the city's harbour. Yes, this is Bing Scenery FSX. This is the photogrammetry as defaults now by Microsoft Flight Sim. One thing you've got to remember is that if you're using the Google scenery, it breaks the photogrammetry and therefore you don't get the same kind of ground effects you'd get in these 3D modelled areas. Fair enough, photogrammetry not great everywhere in the world, but some of the newer ones do look rather good indeed. Yeah, they've removed the wing model there, so you don't quite get to see the cabin wing anymore. what do I say, does look rather good, that. Heading over towards the city centre, a few skyscrapers starting to appear. And that ain't bad, that really ain't bad. Yes, A330neo FX them up. A330-900. And I really got to say, this new scenery does look beautiful. And a lot of Australia's been covered by the photography as well, so quite a few cities have been included. We'll go through the full list once we get to our cruising altitude, and go through in detail what actually has been included in A330, but you're going to see just down right now where we're flying over, it just looks absolutely fantastic. Beautiful scenery. It's always a beautiful country. I'd love to visit one day, so I'd like to visit. I'm going to fly direct to Mike November Golf, which is going to be also, we're meant to depart the Mike November Golf 3 departure, but because of the scenery, we thought we'd go for a detour. I'm going to add a few minutes to our flight plan. Set altitude, flights level 370.
Flight level 370.
38,000. So we'll continue climbing now, and let's get ourselves up to our cruising altitude. This is stock Melbourne FX Simmer. This is stock Melbourne, as now included with A330. So now crossing our continuous climb. Should hold speed 250 knots until 11,000. At this point I can just sit back, relax, and let the aircraft continue on with the flights. Well, yeah, it's an add-on as such. Essentially with the WAD updates, they're optional to download. They're free downloads, so if you go to the marketplace and download them for free. But yes, you do need to download them manually, because for example, like, not everyone flies to the UK, not everyone flies to Japan, not everyone flies to Austria or places like that, and therefore they give you the option to download it or leave it out, because they are quite big for scenery size. Well, this only was about 2-3 gigs anyway, so it's not really massive. But I do really like it. I do really like it. And I've got all of them installed at the moment, nothing yet uninstalled, so I'm doing something right, Sobo. What graphics card do I recommend? I mean, anything from like a 1660 above should do the alright clock. So I used to have a 1660 XC on my system, which was honestly, if anything, one of the best graphics I've ever had. Although I do adore the 3080. It's a great bit of kit, great unit. This, but the 3080 honestly ran like, well, it was the best in terms of its like stock performance compared to overclocking. The 1660 for me was fantastic. That card is staying on my shelf forever because I think it's fantastic. But so anything above a 1660, you should be able to do alright with system-wise. It's not super complicated, Graham. It does take a bit of practice with any flight sim, but I mean, like I say, I'm no expert in flight sim. There's a lot of mistakes I do. There's a lot of things that I don't do kind of like realistically or based on any kind of proper checklist. But there's no the basics. It ain't difficult to get your hand around. Yes, I have got the A330 from Flight Factor, has it? I'm not a part of the Phoenix A320's closed beta. I'd love to be, but unfortunately I'm not. Shoes will be set to 2000, should be. 2000 set. Yes, my bottleneck at the moment is CPU, and you are correct. The CPU is next to my list of upgrades. So hopefully not too distant future, I'll be able to upgrade that to something a little beefier, just to keep things running a bit smoother. Doesn't have to be overkill. CPU, the GPU itself will hold that for a lot of my games. So you are right. My next upgrade will probably be the CPU. Just going to do it more beefier in there, so that game's run a little higher spec, a little higher resolution. Oh yeah, so the plan is, once we get a suitable aircraft from Flight Sim, so we've got 787-8, sorry 787-10, but in reality it'll be a 788 or an A330 1000. Once we get something like that in Flight Sim, I will give Double Sunrise a go. So we'll fly the long distance from the UK up to Australia, and we'll see how that kind of goes in terms of flights. Yeah, don't you worry, that is on my my list of things to do. A bit of bumpier turbulence, but nothing too bad at the moment. Passing to 21,000 feet. Great, showing low CPU connection there. Sorry, low internet connection. No, we're back again, that's fine. Goodbye to yes, let's see. 1660, Shields Run Sim with a pretty decent spec in the background there. Thank you there to Diego for becoming a sponsor. Thank you very much. That is, how many months now is that? That is 12 months, 1 year, dude. Gosh. Gosh, 1 year of business class though. That makes you what, a frequent flyer now? Hello Drawyah, hope you're doing well. Do you think the A330 Phoenix is available this quarter? Don't know about this quarter, I must admit. I don't know if it'll come out this quarter, but I'd say soon, because they're in closed beta now. Betas, I mean, yeah, betas generally kind of refer to the just before release section, so you never know, potentially, not that far away now. Aircraft, we're in an A330. Dougie, flying the Airbus A330, Qantas colours. Yeah, thank you very much, Diego. You have been an absolute superstar. He's well, it's last year now. 12 months in. Well, it's not Flyby A330. It's the Headwind A330. If you want to find a download link, you can do so by the link I'm going to drop in chat right about now. So, link in chat. That's the download link for the A330. That's where you can download the aeroplane and give it a flying flight to yourself. I'm not too bad, I'm saying myself. I'm not too bad. How are you doing? Welcome channel, welcome to chats. How are you today? What I'm trying to look for now is the list of all the features included in Palit 7. So, the airports included in Australia are Longreach, Mount Beauty, Paraburdoo and Shell Harbour. And the photogrammetry included now includes Adelaide, Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, Perth, Hobart, Cairns, Darwin, Townsville, Bunbury, and Mackay. So that's pretty much the majority of Australia's major cities. Although, I must admit, they missed out Canberra, which is the capital. Yeah, this is a page from Xbox about the outlets. Yeah, 7 Australia. So Handgraph Apps, we've got Longreach, Mount Beauty, Paraburdoo, Shell Harbour, Got a few base trips to Tasmania, South Australia, Sea to Desert, Great Barrier Reef and northwestern Kimberley Coast. Landing challenges at Brisbane, Shell Harbour, Mount Hotham, Katoomba and Nabuak. I'm sure I've probably butchered that pronunciation, do apologise. Scurry flights at the Gold Coast, Sydney, Perth, Darwin, Melbourne and the Uluru Kata Chiuta National Park, also known as Ayers Rock. And then sits postground tree in Adelaide, Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, Perth, Hobart, Cairns, Darwin, Townsville, Bunbury and Kite. Yeah, they have missed out Canberra of all places. Yeah, so let's say, can't fuss about it. There you go, send out $10 off flights if you want to pick it up soon as well. It's not a bad little selection there. And of course, we're going to see 2 different empty setups, both at, well, actually we'll spot Townsville as well on the way through. Townsville being a city that we kind of just passed through. Also, it does include updated like elevation data, updated ground mesh, updated scenery throughout as well, building custom. So there's a lot of extras that the scenery that sim will include, alongside the included specialised cities as well. So upgrade the whole region with some extra features in major cities. Again, just not Canberra. Right, we're going to reach cruising altitude very shortly, flight level 380. We do climb to flight level 400, so 40,000 feet we do climb to at the Poriv waypoint. In terms of traffic, there is the A320 somewhere in front of us. Not super far away, but certainly in our scopes. Yeah, so we're this aircraft here, QFA 702, got 224 to landing. Front of us Jetstar 942, also on their way to Cairns. It's a nice route this. In fact, our ETA slightly earlier than theirs because we've got slightly high cruising speed, so potentially we'll overtake them or we'll get quite close. We'll keep an eye open for their aircraft on the way. Yeah, so the wind. So I mean, right now it's a 35 knot crosswind, which, to be fair, as you kind of head towards the east a little bit more, we do see improvement on. Certainly not the slowest flight in the world. We may take around 2244 Zulu. That will certainly decrease as we continue our flights. The Qantas 747 with 5 engines live specs. So 747 came with 5 engine mountings, 4 are functional, get to the aeroplane. There's a 5th engine mounting, and essentially it's designed to transfer spare parts. So say you've got a 747 somewhere that has a broken down engine, instead of hiring a cargo plane to fly said engine, what you can do is stick a spare engine on another 747, fly that aircraft and engine across to your destination, detach it, and then hook it onto your aeroplane. So yes, 747s as standard have 5 engine mountings, but it's designed that 4 of them function, and the 5th one is designed to carry spare. Probably A330 940. Check flights not 2 for an update. They have updated that in the last version, the loading screen issue. Do you reckon any airports for that sim beginners learn ATC stuff? I mean, both IVAO and VATSIM focus on London Gatwick as a starting kind of training airport. So if you ever go to Gatwick at both sims, then you get quite a bit of kind of beginner level learning flying out there. So for both platforms, look at London Gatwick. Fair bit of traffic, so you get used to kind of getting your flowing conversation, but at the same time AT kind of prepared that everyone's not super trained up out there, and therefore you don't be given a hard time for not knowing everything. So both platforms, look at Gatwick. And it's quite fair that they use the same port on both networks, just help with the basics. So I'm looking at Unicom right now. There's an aircraft inbound at Yankee Echo November. Sorry, Mike Echo November. An aircraft coming into Essendon Airport, which is also in the centre of Melbourne, I believe. Yep, so that smaller airport just on our left hand side, where the parts in earlier on. Got a few screenshots to stick onto Volanta hopefully. A few crops. When did I believe the Airsoft... Keenan, how you doing? Welcome to chat. How you doing today, dude? Hope you're doing well. When I believe the Airsoft A330 will come out? I mean, the fact is, I don't know. I mean, they've recently... they released the CRJ Airsoft. They've released the Twin Otter, so they haven't... So they've just released an add-on. Therefore, they've got kind of a buffer time now to start looking at releasing the next one. I mean, there's essentially no rush to do it. There's no rush to kind of get add-ons out as quickly as possible because you don't really need to do it at such a quick pace. Yes, the honest answer is I don't know when it's coming out. Could be this year, could be next year. I don't think it'll be a super long distance away product, so they'll release it at some point in the not too distant future. But certainly before or within 2023. I don't think it'll go in 2024, because by then there'll either be another bit of competition out, or kind of the things kind of pass for it and not many people are quite so interested. So I'd say easily within the next year and a half we'll probably see our A330 release. Cruising speed superflight is Mach 0.8 at the moment. We could increase it if we wanted to, but we'll stick Mach 0.8 for now. Cabin crew name meal service, always appreciated. So I see the sunrise there, and we're quite as an orange, not quite as golden glow as we had a few minutes ago. I must say, I do quite like the golden hour to flight. Any luck, this aircraft should handle pretty much expertly throughout its entire flights. I like the old Headwind A330. Fair enough, it's a shame that the Megapack A330-300 went bust, but for a 900 Neo, I mean, fair enough, it's not the most common variant 330 out there, but it certainly does its job. It's got the range, it's got the distance, the model's pretty good, the cockpits, I mean, the cockpits are very well upgraded and done. Yes, Space 20, but has had enough kind of going for it to make it an A330. And honestly, I like what they've done with the aircraft. Overall, I do wish Headwind all the best with their updates in the future. It's a grand old aircraft, this. They did a very, very fine job with it. There's very much in the way of kind of scenery. It's going to be a lot of field, a few small towns. For example, that down below, that's going to be the town of... Check on the map. So that's going to be... Deniliquin, down below, Deniliquin. You've got Gulper Island, kind of on the left hand side as well, kind of this little valley that spurs across the aircrafts. Down there, that's going to be Gulper Island. This is certainly the quieter bit of Australia. As we continue to head north, we'll then find the coastline, kind of where Townsville is, follow the coastline, start our descents, and then approach into the runway 15 side. So we do need to fly vectors, I believe, in the approach. We'll double check the flight plan, we'll check the charts very shortly for the actual approach side of things. But it does look like we'll be needing vectors for the latter part of the flights. Just double check my settings, 2 seconds. Options. Where is it going to be? Options, AOC, free text. Let me just disable and re-enable it. I've had a few messages trying to get through, but ain't working. We'll get A330 from Scott and get it off Flight Not 2. The A330 is a Headwind model. I'll grab you the download link. There you go. If you wish to fly the A330, this is a link there that you can use to fly it. It's the Headwind A330-900. So it's not a bad model this, they've done a very fair job with it. How many does it have now? It's 4 point what stars? 4.2 stars rating. 124,000 downloads. They've had its fair number of downloads as well, actually. So yes, they've done a fair job. Engines where the game won't load, you try and launch it with Volanta. It should be able to. It's me, Ollie. I mean, I've used it a couple of times to reload sim if it crashes on me. It saves autosaves, I hope it saves autosaves. Load of flights. Yeah, so it's loading autosaves every 5 minutes. And if I have the problem, just click load flights. You need to have the game loaded in the main menu, actually, by the way, Ollie. So if the game crashes, you do need to have the main menu ready, and then you can click on load. If you're trying to load it from your desktop, of course it won't load, because there's nothing to load it into. So yeah, make sure you've got this sim loading the main menu, then it will work. If you're trying to download run it from desktop, then yeah, of course it won't work, there's nothing to load into. That's probably what your issue is there, dude. Check if you're doing it correctly. Because I say, for me, I've had no issue with the auto loading. In a few occasions when sim has crashed, I've had it in the background. It has been a lifesaver for me, that I won't deny it. So, yeah, it's definitely something on your end, dude. With the aircraft, as far as I'm concerned, sorry, Volanta, as far as I'm concerned. Oop, company message. As far as I'm concerned, it's been running absolutely fine. So I've got a received message from Speedbird at 58 Uniform November. Aww. Drawyah. Crash. Sad now. Aww. I've got nice messages on here. Again, that's another thing I like about this FlyLive A320 tech, is that you have got the proper... We've got another company message. You have got aircraft-to-aircraft communication. You can do from the FMS. Received. Got one from Quebec Romeo. Is that Qatar? Qatar 124. Hey mate, on the other side of the world. Aww. QR124. Let's say hello to them. So send messages. Sorry, go return. Free text, right? QR124. Hey, dude. Happy flying. So it's something that not many people know you can actually do in this aircraft, but you can send messages to anyone in the A320 and actually, yeah, just do comms in it. Yeah, in my opinion, a very heavily underutilized feature that not enough people know actually exists. It works, an absolute charm. Got a few messages to send out. Sorry, not a few messages, sorry, a few screenshots to upload onto Volanta. Let's get this all going. So with Volanta Premium as well, uploading more than 3 screenshots, absolute joy for me. I remember being stuck to 3 and having to pick my favourites and hope for the best. Ooh, that first one not saved, sorry. I'm just quickly save it. Give it a minute. Yeah, pick your best 3 and hope they get the likes. These days, it's a bit more free reign and pick your favourites and you're good to go from there. I should have uploaded now, let's have a quick look. No, not yet. Come on. Photoshop. Update. Folder. Right, it's definitely uploaded on the desktop. There we go. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Boom. 9 screenshots. Slowly to upload onto the Volanta map. So Cause was our original departure, but we decided to go around the city and just direct it from there. little bit of 4,000 feet cruise. Look at the scene down below. And we're just going to shoot up from there. So I do. Ah, this is fantastic. Can't fuss it really. Okay, first screenshot up. And then second screenshot should upload. Is all in 4K as well. Give them a like. You got another message. Received. This one's from Speedbird again. Wish I had this on an F-18 interception. Lands now. I mean, that's one way to do it. Similar to what they use in CPDLC. So in transatlantic crossings, instead of using audible communication with, between pilots and ATC, you have a little box down here which essentially sends you text messages to your aircraft. So you send a message to the pilot and you kind of accept it, reject it, or respond, and put the message to return. So it's quite similar to CPDLC, kind of how that works in the back end. Livery, flying Qantas today. Scott's flying in Qantas. I'm on IVAO. Zocco Peter, I found IVAO. Will you buy an RTX anytime soon? I've already got one, Grim. I've got a 3080 in my system right now. So will I buy one anytime soon? Probably not, because I've already got one. Shooting with an RTX 3080 on the system. The Palit 3080 GamingPro. Company message. So we're getting more like fire now. So I'll read the request and do weather later. Received from the Qantas. Sorry, from Qatar. Cheers, dude. Keep up the great work. TFDi, by the way. Yeah, it was appreciated. Hey, Drawyah, just chimed in. Quick question: does Headwind A330 come with a FlightPad? Yes, it does. Jose, we have got a FlightPad tablet inside the A330, which does. So this is version of this is based on FlightPad version 1, not FlightPad V2. So you need to manually type in your company name every time, but it has got functional FlightPad, yes. So you won't be missing out anything on this, dude. It has got lots. So we departed about half an hour late because I had issues loading up sim. About 21:30 Zulu arrival time. I hope that ETA there picks up a bit because that is way behind. Just confirmed though, is actually based on the sim time. The answer is no, it's not. There you go. There you go. 21:51. So 20:51. That's much more like it. This, by the way, is what FlyLive looks like in terms of the actual dashboard. So this is what I see as a streamer, and you guys get the overlay at the top there, which you can then use the tools to kind of convert it into what you get and what you see. It's a good tool if you're a streamer. Highly recommended. If you're not a streamer, then it's not quite designed for your own use, but it gives you your stats. You've got your aircraft type, your altitude, your heading, your ground speed, your indicator airspeed, your vertical speed, your sim Zulu, real Zulu, your frame rates, your VAS if you're using FSX or P3D, gives you memory usage, your departure arrival, flight progress, departure meter, aircraft coordinates, your flight distance, your distance to ground, ETA, and time to ground. So another 2 hours and 60 minutes until we should be thinking about touching down. How do you do the progress? Faith? Oh, progress for arrival, sorry. Look at the FMS, gives you time. There you go, distance to go. Expected arrival time. Jose, thank you for the $2 there. Many thanks, have a safe flight. Cheers, dude, much appreciated. That wasn't worth $2, that bit of information, but always appreciated, dude. Thank you very much, you're a superstar. Love like expensive phone fly by an aircraft. Oh yeah, I mean, name a better way to text people than FMS on an A320. I mean, that's one way to do it. I mean, in fact, let me have the messages received here. Was it Speedbird that told me to go crash? Yeah, it was Speedbirds. So it's Speedbird 58 Uniform November. Speedbird 58 Uniform November. 58 Uniform November. Right. Y space don't space you love space me. Oops. Space me slash sad face. Ooh. Like, name a better way text than A320 FMS. I don't know about an Aerotoff Discord server, I must admit, Keenan. If there is one, I'm not a part of it. Love the expense, yeah, that's that. Do you like Gulfstream jets? I mean, I've certainly seen quite a few of them in real life, Joseph. Oh yeah, they're not bad aircraft, the Jetstreams. They're not bad aircraft. Certainly, if I got a chance to fly one, I wouldn't say no, that's for sure. Add it for in fact. Let's just check the fuel tanks 2 seconds. So the aircraft is doing a cross feed for the different tanks on board. So you can see actually, so what it's doing is siphoning the fuels from the outer tank and forcing them onto the inner tanks. So it should be pumping it fast and the aircraft's burning it, which is always good. But yeah, you can see, so it's outer tank, fuel cross feed, the aircraft kind of balancing its fuel out to just stop it from kind of going too far. Yeah, so we're at cruise. Fuel burn is 81 kilos a minute, and that should keep it topped up for the majority of this trip. By GeForce 3060 Ti White Edition for high graphics card flight sim. Run using G6 1080 Ti. To be fair, 1080 Ti is not a bad option to have anyway in terms of its output, but 3060 Ti should run you a lot better. That's pretty much guaranteed at that rate. Plus, also the full RTX benefits. And hopefully one day, the post-processing as well, if we get it. Ben, evening, how you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to chat, how are you today? How are you, dude? Just confirm, so we climb to flight level 400 at Porriff, which we should get to at about 2117 Zulu, so... so yeah, so remember it's not the actual time right now. In about 25 minutes, we'll be climbing up to level 400, 40,000 feet. You live in India, you can easily get an RTX 3080 Ti because no one buys them, because no one chooses gaming. An RTX $300 or $800, gosh, that is cheap. I mean, I'm surprised the Bitcoin miners haven't using it. If it's that cheap, I'm surprised they haven't used it in your market yet, just pick up a lifetime supply basically. One of the updates is they have now removed the yeah, so one thing that disappears when you head into the model, which means there's a wing view, so now use the drone cam to get there, which fair enough, I would have preferred the yeah, have got window views as well, but they're not really visible from the cockpits, which is a shame. Is that how I kind of do it with custom view points, the from the cockpits. If I were to just have a quick look at the wing views I used to be, see there's not really much in the way of now visible model. The internal wing views are now gone, which is a shame. And the cockpits, you have got a few kind of light remnants. That's about it. It's just kind of the that's the wing light, nothing else. Doing flight from Newark to Los Angeles in the with United Airlines 570-7810 blue livery, very nice. You got a 1650 Super for $330, not a bad price that, Victor. You've done pretty well for yourself there. Can you get different liveries? Yes, you can, Scott. So the A330 and other aircraft. There are livery mods for PC out there, Scott. Unfortunately, on console, you're a little more limited for the aircraft variety and liveries, but certainly for PC, there's a wide range of liveries now available for Flight Sim. So you won't miss out too much on this platform. Check the fuel pumps again. Yeah, so if the fuel pumps are pumping fast and it's burning, that's the main kind of focus. That's what I care about. Half my smoothie left. You bought a 3070 Ti for 1,100 euros. That you've been scammed. I paid my. How much? Where's my phone? So for my 3080, I paid. Let me grab the price up for it. I paid 909 for mine. £909. This would be disabled flyby version, yes, Arcade Designs. So it's A330 by Headwind, and I believe they do use the stable version for their aircraft environments yet. Let's see how I feel scanned. I mean, don't know. Which market did you buy it from? Did you buy it second hand? Well, second hand. Did you buy it scalper or did you buy it kind of new? Because originally I was going to pay 720 for my 3080, which was a MSI spec card, but because of the issues with the order log, I ended up going for the Palit version instead, which cost me 909. Yeah, overclock is fair enough. Backlog of orders, don't know when it will be arriving. They're happy to change a few orders around, and for me, I ended up with a Palit instead, which, to be fair, not too fussed by. It's a decent spec card. I did buy a backlog standard version originally, now I've got a gaming overclocking spec, so again, not a bad option. It worked out for me. I spent a little more, but I got a 3080 at normal price. I bought it new. Okay, it depends what store you bought it from then. It depends what store you bought it from. At the end of the day, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's 3070 Ti, which ain't a bad spec card. A lot better than a lot of people who are still waiting for their cards at the moment, in queues and whatnot. Take a green room. Oh, have a good night, dude. Have a good one, dude. But y'all have our web see how things are going in Australia. So yeah, we're behind the Jetstar right now, 942. They're going to chase down Australia. These are the only 2 inbounds to Cairns. Yes, 2 inbound, both arriving. It's about 5 minutes longer, so pretty similar times to the arrival. Quite to Christchurch, quite a bit of distance there. Oh, into Christchurch, very nice. Which one are you? Whiskey Oscar Alpha. Not sure which one that is, so let's need to find them either. A few flights out from Sydney to Brisbane on the east coast. So that flight myself in a Jetstar a while ago. Jetstar 812 and a VOS version Australia 909. A few flights from Melbourne down to Tasmania. Jakarta flights from Canberra, very nice. So yeah, it's not super quiet straight at the moment. Probably helped by the fact that the signal let it come out, to be fair. New Bravo there, very nice. Yeah, we're progressing well so far. So far, so good. A330 1900. Gosh, they really have bumped the price up for that one, haven't they? Look, the problem for you is that if you want a new GPU like A330 you'll need a whole new PC because your PC currently doesn't have such great powers and hardware. If you look at Amazon prices, you'd rather buy a used smart card for €1,500 than a GPU for 2,000. Not wrong there, to be fair, dude. Not wrong there. Sydney was packed like a tuna can last night, I can imagine. Now, last night, I ran an update last night. That went quite smooth actually, without any problems. And to be fair, Sim handling it pretty well at the moment, so we've got a company message. Speedbirds. Never say ooh. Oh, Speedbird 518 from November. How many oohs can you fit on a line? 5, probably fit 6 actually. Track it, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. And let's repeat it 3 more times. Like that. And one more right. This is for you, Speedbird. Professional. From that Uru spam to Speedbird, he'll most likely crash now. Didn't pre-order a Boeing Yoke in the end, Ben. Didn't pre-order it. I was gonna see how it came out release-wise. Looking good. And actually, to be fair, the stocks aren't that bad, so potentially an order soon. No, I haven't ordered it yet. That's on my list of things to do. It's not the cheapest bit of kits, I must say. It's not the cheapest bit of kits, so that needs to be done at some point. Same here, it's down in price already, there's another on the way. To be fair, I think they did it quite similar to the Airbus as well, Thrustmaster, where they priced it high for its initial release, get all the backlog of orders complete, and once all the kind of initial sales are done, then stay low the price to keep a steady number of orders in. Smart economics that. But yeah, so I was thinking look at that in the not too distant future, hopefully get something up to on this channel. What do you think will come out first? Phoenix 320 or Flyby A3? Probably the Phoenix 320, yeah, Keenan. The Flyby A380 has got a lot of work to still go. Phoenix currently in closed beta, so actually Phoenix in terms of its development stage does sound like it is a bit more ahead at the moment. Well, I could be wrong, of course, but that sound like Phoenix have the edge on the releases. A380 not really anywhere to be published yet. Phoenix on its closed beta. And you've got TCL for pack and you're happy. 40 birds, Boeing yoke and throttle quite similar to the Airbus TCA. Let's try like 350 euros higher. Yes, certainly that is also the case. And the Speedbirds replied to my Ulus. My goodness me, Victor will never crash. There you go, Victor, you got your response. You will never crash. Oh, just got the IVAO weather, there you go. We've got a military aircraft now appearing. I presume that's going to be, yeah, Royal Australian Air Force. But remember that IVAO has got the full Spec Ops set up, so you can fly military aircraft in the sim. Yeah, fair play. Got a few military aircraft now currently on the west coast. We're also slowly catching up with Jetstar. They're at what, are they on Mach? Well, ground speed's 452, we're doing 453, so fair enough, actually about the same speed now. So not any real catch up anytime soon. Next waypoint is Poriv. Supposedly in 8 minutes. Hang on, Poriv 2018. No, tail line, sorry. 54. So no, so we reached Poriv waypoint in 18 plus 6. 24 minutes. So 24 minutes. We'll set climb to flight level 400, 2,000 feet. Which will then be our final climb. So yeah, I like our total sends 390 back up to 4,000 again. Sorry, 40,000 again. That's what we kind of go to the Volanta. I think it'll be easier. When we get to kind of here, is it Lacot, sorry? Yeah, Lacot flies to the east, so that's when we need to be at a odds altitude. That's such a short little bit of flight. I think we should. We'll get away with it. We'll get away with it. If 80 proper line to descend, then we'll follow it. But we should get away for about 10 minutes of odd altitude, or even altitude actually. To be fair, at this point. Is it top down? No, so there's no. There should be top. Ooh, fair point. There is something arrow. That shouldn't be there, to say the least. Top percent should be for a little while. The FMS, so 380. There's a hold 380 until end of flight plan. Until we set up our start for descent. So that, you are right, is inaccurate, Victor. That should not be there at the moment. 20 seconds later, speedbird disappears from radar. Make more true to think, dude. Yeah, I'm doing alright at the moment. So far, so good. Progressing pretty well. ETA is early than planned arrival, so right now we are exactly 2 hours away from landing. So we're about 10 minutes early. Hello there, Joker. That's on your stream. Well, hello Joker, how are you doing today? Welcome channel, welcome chat, how are you today? Yes, Chris, I've got a haircut, I had it on Saturday. Here's the flight sim. Here's the A330 link if you want it, Black Rat. Promise us you'll never get rid of that ASMR mouse. I don't plan to anytime soon, Victor. No time soon. His mouse is too much. I've had a few gaming mice kind of over the years, kind of cheapy ones you got off Alibaba and Extreme Deals UK. But this old faithful from 2008 still doing me well. If this mouse ever breaks down, I'll probably look online and find a replacement just like it, because I really do like the mouse. It's ergonomic, feels good, sounds good, I like it. I'm alright, Alex, I'm alright, how you doing? Welcome channel, welcome chat, how are you today, Alec? Nothing better than a 3-hour flight on a Wednesday evening. Yeah, nothing better than a 3-hour flight on a Wednesday evening, Superfly, especially when we're working tomorrow at 6 in the morning. Sorry, the mouse model, it's a Dell XN966. A Dell XN966. One of these bad boys. Sadly, none are available. That's a shame. Yeah, one of these bad boys. On eBay, I guess. That was an option. You're not cheap. Jeez, 42 quid. Never fail on me, mouse. Never fail on me. You're not cheap. God, 40 quid for replacements. It's in your wish list. Why'd you read the wing views, Headwind? I really liked those wing views. Sadly, all gone. So getting more of an effect of Australia right now, the blood red deserts. Live weather, a few hours ahead of live time, but not too far off it. No civilization now for several hundred miles in all directions. Only €11 on eBay Germany, right? If I ever go to Germany, I'll be sure to order myself a supply of them. I'm right, SNZ. How are you today? Welcome channel, welcome chats. Keep them well, dude. Keep them well. progressing. We're over a quarter of the way there now, I believe. Stats, we're 30. Actually, we're a third now. We're 32% of the way there. That's 33, so we're almost a third, 2/3 to go. We're progressing well, aircraft's progressing well, fuel burn's pretty much spot on, nothing to worry about there. Passengers are happy, 96 satisfaction. In fact, haven't gone through the cabin yet, so let's go through the cabin. Let's see who's on board the aeroplane today. Any names we recognise, any people on board, this is where we have a look. Don't think I know too many people on this flight today. You never know, some may pop up. Yeah, start from top again, sorry, just make sure I'm not missing anybody. If you spot anyone on chat, also give us a shout and we'll have a minute to look at their stats, their deets. Yeah, pretty standard at the moment, no one to give a shout out to. Apart from that, no, nobody so far. Pretty standard cabin. Nope. Nope, absolutely no one today. Absolutely no one. Victor, biggest goal for you to get that is for Sim to reach a state where you'll be able to run it on high settings with a 1650 Super and 30 FPS. It's not impossible, so that's only getting closer and closer to that. By 1660 you can run on high without too many problems at 1080p. At a solid 30, so certainly won't be too much to 1650 can do it. Which ILS approach should we choose? The Whiskey or the X-Ray or the Yankee? I mean, let's have a good shot, shall we? I just say we'll have a look at the approach into Cairns. Let's have a look at it now, shall we? Because like I say, in terms of our flight plan, it's runway 15 I'm expecting. 15 I'm expecting, but a direct approach in, so there's no star available for us. So over to the old Navigraph. Unpin this first. Unpin. Fire them anymore. Requirements. Right, move to the end there. There we are, stay pressing. Right, so approach charts into not Melbourne, on Cairns. Can I just tell you, there are stars available. Is there anything that comes off the fishy approach? Not off the fishy, fair enough. Anything from the south? It has to be on 5 side there, that's the important bit. It has to be from the south, 15. Ooh, that's fancy. Overview. From 15, so 33, let's see all these stars for the 33 side. 15. So, potentially the Upper 8 Zulu or the Nonu 3 Zulu coming from the south. To be fair, based on our approach, which is on that waypoint here, probably Nonu. Okay, work on that. So we go back to the to see what different versions of this is. So it will come from Nonham. 3 Zulu goes direct to Sierra November India. And that so probably a Nonham. Let's do that, hang on, let's have a look. So Nonham 3 Zulu. Let me just pin this. And then you approach your own 15. There's the Zulu, X-Ray, They're very similar anyway. The X-ray or Zulu we go for? Probably go for the X-ray, to be fair. Are there any real differences between the two? Same frequencies, have everything you'd expect. You join the glide slope slightly closer to the runway, about a mile on the X-ray. Yeah, we'll probably go for the Zulu. So Zulu on the Nonum 3 Zulu arrival. Let's give that a go. Thank you, Roy. Back from Australia. Welcome down. How are you doing? Channel. Oh, chat. How are you today? So you guys VHF for 1, I think. So Yankee Bravo, Charlie Sierra, arrival, ILS. Ah, okay. No ILS available. So it will be a localizer approach. Localizer. Yeah, localizer Zulu. Via the Nonum. 3 Zulu. Approaching through. Will be Sierra. Charlie Sierra. It would be. Can't give away fishy, can you? So say no vias. Head to flight plan. Let's see how that looks. Back to plan mode. Zoom in. Step over to our destination. Right, so Batit, Vompart, Fishy. Clear Nonum. Ooh, hang on, no, that's not what I wanted to do. That's because I've not confirmed it yet, that's why it's not quite there. So, if I bring back Nonum, sorry. So, Fishy, Nonum. Let me restart this, messing around now, I might. Right, arrival. ILS 15 Zulu, Nonum 3, no vias, flight plan right. So Fishy, Nonum, Rainy. Fishy, Nonum, Rainy, and then it kind of gets a bit messy at the top there. Where we then need to go Rainy directs to localizer. So yeah, so I just got rid of that Charlie Sierra point. I'm going to have to manually delete it, which I can't do. Insert that, let's have a look at it this way around. So flight plan, head back. These are all fixed. Okay, not the end of the world. What I will do at Rainy, when I just fly direct to the localizer, I'll use the vectors to the localizer. So I'll follow the star and then just join the localizer when we're in the right place. Not the worst thing in the world. At least we've got a routing set. So if I plug in the, if I just write it down for now, jot it down, so it would be the Nonum 3 Zulu. Yeah, so it does, even this says there, so you need to track them to PACX for on either Yankee or Zulu. That'll do. Right, so that's our approach now sorted. I'll stick with the Nonum approach Superfly. I'm sure during the actual final we'll get a chance to see the city anyway, so I won't miss out on too much. I'll keep at it. I'll keep at it. You're good, Rio, watching this from Nelson, New Zealand. Very nice. Yeah, New Zealand is another place I'd love to visit one day. On the list. Probably, if anything, higher on the list in Australia. Because it's, especially the South Island, absolutely beautiful out there. And of course, massive Lord of the Rings fan. One place to tick off the list, Middle Earth. Welcome, Karen, how are you doing? Welcome, Neil, how are you doing? Channel. Welcome, chaps, how are you today? Whoops, a little bit turbulent there. At the very least, a little bit of flutter on the aircraft's model. My patching into the throttle there, just adjusting. Yeah, so at the moment, flight's progressing well. Got your set up. Within 2 hours now of our arrival, aircraft should be pretty good. I'm going to go for a short break now because, again, it's kind of a medium haul long flight. Well, medium haul less, so not super long. But just an opportunity to go grab a shower, fresh myself up, and then carry on the rest of the flight shortly. So I'm going to go for a short break. Won't be gone for too long, maybe like 20 minutes. I'll jump back on, focus the rest of the flight, and prepare ourselves then for a landing descent in the next couple of minutes. As for any updates, like I say, for more details on the Australia update Simulator 7, this article here on Xbox pretty much covers the lot. Sceneries included, the approach geometry, how it all looks and works. Yeah, I'm going to go for a quick 20-minute break, get myself freshened up, and then we'll continue the rest of the flights. Back in a bit. Just while I'm here as well, actually, what we can now do is step climb flight level 400 up to 40,000 feet, which is our final cruising altitude for this trip, which we could do from the final waypoint as confirmed by our flight plan from Poriv up to 40,000 feet. So 40,000 feet cruising altitude, pretty high cruise indeed. Right, back in a bit. Hello again, back for the remainder of this flight. Yeah, going for a quick refreshment break. Also, put myself to bed tonight. I've got an early wake up tomorrow, so let's see how we're doing in terms of flight progression. Which, to be fair, the answer is so far so good. So we're cruising at level 400. Oh yeah, so whenever I'm kind of in the area but not ready to go live yet, I will just flick around the camera views to give it some activity. But we are back now, and we'll be back for the rest of the flights. So progression so far so good. The aircraft handling things very well. Cloud certainly picked up a little bit as well. So at this point we're making it, well, very short making a right hand turn. That brings us closer towards the east coast of Australia. There are some kind of areas where the clouds not fully covered, so you can certainly see the ground below. It's covered, that's for sure. So hi guys in chat, so I'll give you 2 seconds and just upload a few screenshots of Volanta, and then I'll go back in the chat and answer some previous questions that I may have missed in the last maybe about 25 minutes. It wasn't too long I've gone for. Right, so, right, see shortly budget the aircraft Neil, it's the Megapack A330. If you wish to download the A330 from Flight Sim, then you can use this link here. Clouds, yeah, clouds are looking very, very good today, Lemmers. That's, well, fortunately not back to Ultra now, so they're going to look like they're best. In fact, there's a little rainbow down there. It must be raining down below. Yeah, it's a bit of a rainbow you can see forming. He left for the council of Uru and the Speedbird. To be fair, Victor, I do know who that Speedbird is. I do chat to him fairly regularly in real life, so you're not wrong there. I do sometimes go to his council. We discuss the latest politics in the world of flight simming. So, Alec, you're playing on Xbox, Animo, but you can't get a PC in summer. Dying to try out Volanta, IVAO, and some other planes. Absolutely, Alec. Like I say, all the mods I use in the description. At some point, I do want to kickstart that 5 freewares in 5 minutes series as well, because that got a decent number of views. Also promotes a lot of free add-ons as well, which are fantastic. So I do need to kickstart that one again. Problem is just time, really. Always busy. But we'll see how things go the next couple of weeks. Hopefully I can sort something out. I've heard the sound about the 330. I don't know, LM. I personally don't mind sounds too much in this aircraft. There are better sounds, of course, out there, but this ain't the worst. I'll try to screenshot slowly populating the map as well. An hour ago or so. This one a few seconds ago, just about now, a few seconds ago. So, certainly progressing, looking pretty good. Look at Volanta. Any other screenshots? Not locally. Nearest screenshots here in South Japan. Taken by TSI girl. Actually, that's P3D there. P3D academic license. What aircraft would that be? I'd probably say no winglets. I want to say the 8th. I say that's an Airbus. I couldn't. True game movie, heart rate pictures on Volanta. Same with YouTube. I like my own videos because, well, if you don't like what you're uploading, then don't upload it. I want to say now, but I don't know. Do I count it? Do I say it's 777 actually? I don't know. I'm gonna say if it's an Airbus, I'm gonna kick myself. I'm gonna say 777. The wings aren't long enough for 777. What is that wing? Post my screenshot. Let's have a look at your screenshots. I'll take screenshots in a second there, Superflight. I don't know what to say. I want to say it's an older Airbus like an A300 or A310, but I don't know. Yeah, 777s have winglets, but that wing doesn't look long enough to be 777. Now I'm going to stick with 777. I feel like if it's a shorter wing, I'm going for the 200, I think. I think it's just a standard 777-200. Hey, there you go, 777-200s. Not bad, Drawyah, not bad. Also, yeah, screenshot's pretty good. I can't deny that. Fair play. I'll yeah, see that. Good screenshots there. Fair play to TSI girl. You have a good eye for photography there. Although, you see, clear sky weather. I'm not using any. Well, you see some clouds on the horizon, but not really doing much in the way of weather. It could be really sketchy this part, to be fair. Some haze in the background. Or yeah, fair enough. No, that's probably quite good. So yeah, fair play. Nice screenshots. You enjoy your flights from Narita to. Very short flight that. Narita to Haneda. Busy at Stansted at the moment. Well, very busy at Stansted. Aircraft at stand, on the runway, one at the remote stand, got departure routes. Yeah, quite busy on the other like at the moment. This is going to be VATSIM traffic. Yeah, it's going to be VATSIM traffic. At some point, I wouldn't mind seeing IVAO integration to the IC as well, but that's probably one for the future. There you go, right, so departures. Volanta, VATSIM, IVAO, AVA. So you can see quite a balance between IVAO and VATSIM in terms of inbound, outbound aircraft. Arrivals. In fact, only 3 arrivals in VATSIM. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 on the older IVAO. So, depends where you go, really. You do get a balance between IVAO and VATSIM. Sorry, Max. Tell you what, I'll give you a like. Not the most special screenshot in the world, but it's not terrible. Yeah, I'll give you a like, dude. Certainly not quite. Certainly not Microsoft Flight Sim level of screenshot quality. That. Yep, not interested in Captain 07 Marco. I've already got 300, and it's the worst $20 I've ever spent, I think. Right, over to the screenshots page. Let's have a look at your screenshots. Ah, very nice. Hey, are you in? Oh no, it's Microsoft Flight Sim, isn't it? Yeah, that's the Flyby A330neo. Yeah, very nice. Very nice, dude. Some really good shots there of the sunrise. Not bad. Not bad. Fair play. Entire attachment. Haven't seen that in a little while. So in terms of flight progression, got an hour and 14 till expected arrival. That's all I need to be in bed by for an early wake up tomorrow morning. Oh no, it's easy to go as we got past it. On early is afraid. It was not done at the time of my leaving. Les will be in charge of that. I can ask on the group if you. Monolith and Cop on Discord. Oh yeah, Monolith and Cop are like the kings of the Discord server. Yeah, as long as they're not going overboard like we've had in the past, I let them hang out. There are some occasions where it gets a bit... there's a level and they're hitting it, but at the moment it's quite chill. Oh, your screenshots are pretty good, Superfly. I wouldn't say you're the biggest expert in the world for it, but... you're certainly not bad, that's for sure. So somebody, especially the cockpit one, that was actually really good. This one, also, that's actually a pretty good one as well. When you get more creative with the camera angles, these are very good. And fair enough, the default camera position for the windows aren't great, but I said that nice screenshot there. No, fair play. That's a really good image you've got. And that's another beautiful one. You look at the sky, the golden sunset, sunrise. It's beautiful, that's for sure. One clock, nice screenshot there, very nicely done. Could have been a bit frame, I don't know, frame it a little bit more I'd say, but ain't a bad shots. Cinder, yeah, Cinder screenshots always very good to look at as well. Some beautiful stuff he posts. No comments. Again, framing could have been a bit better. Not terrible. Right, I've got a little bit of sharing now to do because tonight I'm also on Dovetail Games' channels. So for those who like their train sims, I should appear tonight on the yeah, so I should be on Dovetail Games streams. Let's look. Dovetail Games Twitch. See if they're starting. It should be starting at 8 o'clock, so not too far now. There you go, starting soon. No, Chatham Mainline of Drawyah. Stuff that I recorded for the what do you call it? The I'll drop you a link to it if you want to look at it. Tam Troy sent you. Also they're on YouTube as well, so if you're on YouTube, Dovetail Games, check them out on there. But yeah, Chatham Mainline. Something that I was gonna do for the Festival of Rail, but unfortunately a few technical glitches came into play, so I ended up kind of having to go for this event instead, which to be fair ain't bad. I quite like the Dovetail Games streams. It's nice to be taking part in another one of those. Can I recommend PACX? Absolutely, Nick. I mean, I use it for pretty much every single one of my flights. It is an absolute beauty of a tool, this. I really enjoy the cabin layouts, the passenger stats, just all the details you can do with them. It is good. So yes, PACX is a tool I can certainly recommend. I use it in virtually every single one of my flights. Right, so let me just get promoting y'all there. Right, let's do some posts. Right, so copy. Let's do something on the Drawyah channel. I'm from the UK, Nick. I am from the UK. We are live over on Dovetail Games, showcasing the Chatham Mainline for TSW. We take charge of a class 465 from... Now, can I remember the service pattern? Where is it? Must admit, it's this one. Hang on, back to the side. We start at Faversham, end at Dover. Faversham to Dover. So from Faversham to Dover in South Eastern Railway colours. .50 minutes of non-stop Mapping Outer London Commuter Service. I don't really go train sim, train sim. I mean, Train Zzz is pretty good. Some of the older platforms I've got, they're newer platforms. I'm not so sure about their subscription-based stuff, I must admit. But their older platforms, like 2006, 2009, were very good. What's that Polish one? SimRail. I've had a look at the demo for that. Not too bad, but needs more progress. I want to look at Sim at some point. That's another one that I've got. I've got it on mobile Sim, but I need to get it on PC. So there's other platforms out there, but Sassy Dovetail Games, Train Sim World are kind of the classics when it comes to train sims. You know, older Trains games and Sim probably worth a look in SimRail once that comes out, a bit more release. Let's go over to the Twitter and the Facebooks. Good. Catch us over in the world of Dovetail Games. We command Southeastern Service from Faversham to over Priory. Pass 465. Just a train emoji. Genuinely called Sim. Let me try and find. There you go. Sim Metro. It's a train simulator. It's based in Korea, I believe. Yep, Seoul, Korea. Sim. Genuinely what it's called. Woo! There we go. Ah, stop! I've paused it all. Where's that coming from? Oh, here. Sorry. Ignore me. There we go. Right. Let's press the train emoji, I guess. Copy that, paste that. Cool, right. I don't use VATSIM FSX, so I'm afraid the answer is no, not VATSIM Velocity. This is IVAO. IVAO doesn't use any of the VATSIM tech. Sorry, just in I'm in my social media marketing mode now as I'm quickly going back around promoting on the old social medias. Simulator, check there. Here. Yeah, that's the one. Share and news feeds. Games Train Simulator. Finally, see something on the old So I did marketing for social media now before I went into rail. Hang on. For some reason, my screen's just gone black and white. Is it black and white on Sim? Shoot, it's gone black and white. Windows grayscale mode. There's a grayscale mode. Ease of action. Hang on, what have I done? Ease of access vision settings. Color filters. Windows Control C. Oh, hang on. What have I done? Windows Control C. I've messed something up. I don't know what I've done, but everything's now black and white. I don't know what it... I mean, everything... Shoot. It's not... This is it. Oh, there we go. It's, okay, exit. I'm going crazy. Hey, we're back to normal. Alright, and then that goes back to normal, and then that should just soften things up. But that one division. That was really, really strange. I'm glad that's gone now. That was really odd. I'm glad that's not going to be grey anymore. I didn't realise. Oh well, that was Flux. Yeah, I like Flux. It's nice just to. Well, it's hard. It's designed to stop your eyes from going funny during nighttime. Hang on. Yeah, it just helps the eyes adjust during the twilight hours. I never realised it had grayscale mode. Well, I'll definitely be sure to remember that now. Right, I'll get back to my Train Sim promo. It's scrambling very slow tonight. One. That counts as inactive. Train Sim Worlds. That account is not particularly active. Cool, right, so we'll have to do it based on 2022. It's inactive. Okay, I'll find something from the post later. Category East, and really on this line it's only about 4 or 5 minutes give or take between stops. Is the audio off? For the most part you are serving regional stations. No, the audio sounds alright for me. I just like simming, yeah, Alex. I'm not a pilot in real life. I hope to do a private license one day. Certainly nothing commercial. Commercial's not where I like at the moment. I work in the railways, so trains I do, but not planes. Right, well, I'm happy that that's all shared. That's all good. That's all good. That's all good. Cool. Right, I can now close Firefox and give myself a little more frame rate to play with. I'll keep monitoring the Dovetail stream because you never know what might come up. Train Simulator YouTube. So I'll monitor that in the background and then monitor that in the background too. Silence and silence. Oh, shit. Channel 1 is. Quick guide to Flux, you just downloaded it. So, all you got to do is, I won't show you into settings because it basically just points out where my house address is, but all you got to do, go to settings, plug in your kind of, in fact I can show you the main bit I guess, hopefully. Yeah, so, what you can, so, change your location, in fact let me just move that a little bit. So at the bottom there's like a location bit, so you can probably just Google already. Change the location to where you are right now, and what you can do, change different modes to different kind of settings. The first time you use it, the screen will look orange to you, but give it 24 hours, or give it like an hour or so, your eyes will adjust, and all it does is essentially reduces the amount of blue light you see, and helps your eyes kind of adjust to the screen at night. Helps you sleep better at night, because blue light is what keeps you awake, and yeah, it just helps with the overall, it just helps with eyesight really. So less eye strain, less yeah, just better eyesight really. Better eyesight, less eye strain. What I'm doing trains, I'm gate line, dispatch and customer service, Sean. Gate line, dispatch and customer service. The screen's orange now, but you'll use it because you got sunglasses already. Like I say, give it time and it will, you'll get used to it, you'll get used to it. Because essentially when you use it in normal use, the screen dims orange slowly as time progresses. So it's not like an instant blue, orange, red, but it just slowly to give you your eyes that chance to it gives your eyes that time to adjust to it. So it's a simple little tool, but very effective. I first learned it when I was at my first job. Well, I first found out about it at my first job, which involved using computers late into the nights, which the office wasn't super well lit, but hey ho. GCSE is a commercial pilot, or commercial, or an aerospace engineer, aeronautical engineer. So for engineering GEs, you probably best look at BTEC or level 2 and 3 college courses. For piloting, certainly focus on English, maths and potentially physics is I think what they're mainly looking for. Right, so we are now making a right turn towards Palit. We should, in theory, now descend to level 390 because we are now going from east to west. Sorry, west to east. But because it's only a short bit of flight, 100 miles or so, we should get away with the even altitude. Should get away with it without too many problems.
In a few moments, our lovely flight attendants will be starting our
So in terms of ETA, expecting to get there. Yeah, now we're gonna get that late.
Users are available for a small charge. Please note we only
few more screenshots to upload to the old Volanta. To crop as well, I think. Let's have a quick look. Cropping wise, yeah, well, 3 more to do because check which one's yeah, it's like different. Yeah, there's one I've got here, but because it's grayscale, I'm going to use that one. I've got 3 more to upload and edit quickly. The A330 is made by Headwind Sim, Joshua. Headwind Sim A330neo. And yes, we are still calculating top percent manually, but the aircraft does now follow constraints properly, so there's no more setting the... So, you no longer have to set the vertical speed manually. Set the altitude, press the button in, the aircraft will descend automatically. You still got to calculate top descent, but the actual descent is now done smoothly via constraints. So they are getting there with VNav. Not perfect. It's a fixed descent rate as set by your FMS, but it is slowly getting better. The old A330 and A330neo as well. Is it a power aircraft for Microsoft recommend now? An airliner. Probably the CRJ, Victor, the Aerosoft CRJ. By far the best payaway jetliner on the platform at the moment. Oh, you actually look at the Dovetail Games stream. That was before I had my haircut. I'd like that total paint advert. Does anyone know if it's upgrading for size X5256? Depends really what you want out of it, Sardonian. I mean... Oh yeah, live weather's fine for Navigator, so we are using live weather right now. Again, no problems from my end. Depends really what you want out of it. I mean, they're similar hardware for the most part, it's 52 and 56. The 56 certainly benefits in the... hang on. 56 and 52... Yeah, so the 56 certainly benefits in that it's a more ergonomic design, feels a bit better in hand, also slightly beefier throttle, but they are very, very similar HOTAS systems that, yeah, if you've got a 56, you don't really need to upgrade to 52. If you've got 52, then you upgrade to 56, it's twice the price, but, it's down to what you want in your hardware, really. It's a personal choice. At the end of the day, you may find 52 is better hardware. You may enjoy 56. Ultimately, it's down to you. So, is it worth upgrading? The answer is, I don't know. It's down to really what you want out your hardware. Got the honest answer. I mean, Titec are pretty good for the whole kind of inexpensive joysticks and hardware. They're not the worst option out there. You can do a lot worse than them. Thank you very much to... Ooh, we got a raid there. We have a raid. Welcome, Empire Kicking. How are you, dude? Welcome to Channel of Chats. How are you today? Welcome to the old stream. This is the... So, the A330 is a stable version of Flywire. In normal sim, if I'm flying A320, I'm using experimental, but the A330, the Headwind sim, uses the stable version, so we do lose out a bit on that. Of course, it's getting a bit iffy, so it's not in the crew, not too expensive replacements. I mean, let's say 56, 200 quid, twice the price, but again, depends what you're ready to fork out for it. A lot of passive choice for that one. It's amazing how you're on train sim and flying at the same time. Yes, it's magic, eh? I've got two monitors. This one's a flight sim monitor, this one's a train sim monitor. No lie, actually I have got the train sim stream up on this monitor. Yeah, so the train sim stream essentially was a pre-record. So I was supposed to do this live on the Dubstep Games Festival of Rail last week, but because of a few technical hitches, they had to drop me from the show, which was a bit of a shame. But Dubstep Games like, hey, sorry, we messed up on our end. We'll try and slot you into the kind of streaming show during the week, and they chose Wednesday of all days, my streaming day, to do it. But fair play Dovetail, they were quite quick to get back to me and say, sorry, we messed up, we still want to have you in the show, can we stick you in a creator showcase in a week? And yeah, I'm fine with that stuff. I've done a few Dovetail Game shows in the past. I mean, I've been to their real world events at Worley, EGX Resd, the London Festival of Rail, I did the live with them, so I've done a few events with them in person as well as digitally. And so, slight technical hitch on this occasion, but hopefully next time, whenever the next show will be, we'll be able to get ourselves more of a hand on that. Yeah, a man of many talents, Hedgehog. Right, I was going to do something, and I've completely forgotten what it was. You tweaked IP settings on the NVIDIA control panel, and it was using 4 graphics, it changed back to half graphics, half performance, and they're on ultra 30 FPS. Ah, not bad that. Because, yeah, I use it. So I kind of go. I push towards performance on my NVIDIA graphics settings. That's all kind of performance, maximum performance, and that certainly helps with the frame rate. And visually, doesn't look all that different, I must say, from the control panel side of things. A lot of it's done within the sim itself, and so. Yeah, it doesn't look all that different, I must say. Your flame master top percent. I haven't done one yet. Let us have a calculation. Right, performance, setting the altitude, target altitude for the intercept for the glide slope, presuming one exists. The answer is, I don't think there is actually. Oh yeah, tell a lie, there is, right. Intercept at 3,700 feet. 3,700. Or step climb 2,900, 1,100 is down, but 3,700 would be the top of the glide slope, presuming we can find ourselves established onto that. So 3,700, top 10, 114 miles. What I'm going to do is go over to the. Do we have a Delta 11? Ah, is the aircraft actually going to have the. I don't think it will have the fixed points. No fuss, it doesn't. Seems we have to do it more manually. Gotta remember that. Yeah, we're gonna do. Yeah, this distance lies because of a slight, really complicated approach there. So we'll do it based on kind of eye. We'll guess our descents. But yeah, definitely looking at about 115, 120 miles for the descent tonight. I use Volanta Our Aviation. Yes, I do use Volanta to track my flights. Speaking of which, I've got a few screenshots to upload now. Boop, boop, boop. Any FPS difference? I'm not an FPS difference, but I have started seeing Sims a bit more stable. So it doesn't quite lag as much. It's actually not quite as FPS heavy. It does run pretty smooth. It's at 7. Got no complaints with the frame rate at the moment. Hopefully, it's going to stay stable. Just means there'll be no chance for, at least a very reduced chance, of it crashing on you. So for me, I'm about 214. I'm about 100 miles from top of the descent. 100 miles to go. More chance of the A330 shutting down crashes. That's not true. Very true there, Marco. Some of the earlier versions of the Headwind A330 had it randomly shut engines off mid-cruise. I managed to avoid all of that, but certainly a few people suffered in the day. I've been alright actually. Flight sim's never been particularly bad for me. It's run smooth on most occasions. Yeah, can't really fuss about it. It's done well for me. Yeah. Oh yes, the black screen issue. That was another one. How do you start slew mode? Well, that's where the magic of Volanta comes in, where you can auto-save and load. Load a flight, got all your auto-saves, just load up where your sim last left off every 5 minutes or so. Very handy if you're expecting something to crash. Good night, Victor. Good night, Superflight. When you land, I presume. Right, the coast is now visible. We have water ahead of us. So very shortly we've got a left-hand turn, and that takes us overhead Townsville, along the coast, and our approach into Cairns. The main city centre is actually coming to the south of the city. We're coming into the north, so we're going to go for a bit of a rolling approach in. And that comes into it later on, and we get that. Nick from Athens, how are you? Yassas. Welcome to channel chat. How are you today? Yassas being the, well, Yassas, and if I'm ever at a pub, it's sort of like, DM me a beer or something like that. Give me a beer. Apart from that, my Greek, absolutely nothing. How are you, dude? Welcome channel, welcome chats. My great knowledge of Greek right there. Nah, I spent about. Oh, I spent 11 days in Greece. Spent 6 days on the island of Lemnos, 5 days in Athens. Beautiful place. Definitely go again. Actually, 4 days in Athens. Spent 1 day out in Olympia. Olympia? No, Marathon. I spent in Marathon. Sorry, one Olympic word. Yes, 4 days. So 5 days on Lemnos, 6 days in Lemnos, 4 days in Athens, 1 day in Marathon. I must say, when I went there in 2019, I was surprised to see so much kind of damage from the fire there a couple of years ago. That. Yes, so fine, thanks for asking. Telex is enabled, Marco. If you have my flight number correctly, QF702, it's definitely enabled because I've received several messages from flights. AOC menu received. Got several messages from British Airways. A message from Qatar. It's definitely enabled, dude. Definitely enabled. Um, 50 odd miles now from descent. 50 odd miles. So we're down to 2,000. 2 or 3,700. I think it's 3,000. Yeah, 3,700. Start descent, and then the A330 should bring us down without too much difficulty. Yeah, Qatar was you. Don't know why it said it wasn't. Interesting. Definitely enabled, dude. What do you think? Russia attack Ukraine. I mean, I don't go into too much geopolitical stuff on this channel, but all I'll say is they did annex the Crimea without too much difficulty. I don't think it'd go out into an all-out war because no side wants it. No side wants war. It'll be close at times, but there will be de-escalation at some point in the whole situation. Welcome Kendall, how are you doing? Welcome channel, welcome to chat, how are you today? Right, 180 miles to go as the crow flies. How to enable telex. If you go into, it's different on the new version of FlightWire, but in this version it's options. Sorry, ignore me. So MCG menu, options. Sorry, ignore me again. Atsu, AOC menu, free text. Where is it? Received, it's not there. Send, it's not there. Com menu, no. Menu, options, AOC. There it is, cool, yeah, so menu, options, AOC, free text, and from there you can disable it and enable it. On the newer versions of FlightWire, it'll be on the tablet. If you click on the tablet, click on the settings cog, and from there, one of the options you'll get is the telex. So it all depends on where you depends what version you have, depends where you actually find the option. With the A320, it then remembers you've activated it and it won't turn it off. With the A330, because it's the old system, it forgets, and therefore you need to enable it every time you fly the A330. But since you find this long haul, it will be a massive fuss to turn it off and on again, I guess. Right, let's think about our approach performance now as well. So we've already done our approach in terms of runway 15. Radio navigation frequencies. Let's see if we can find ourselves some. Right, frequencies for the runway. We need 109.9. This may or may not work. Course is 150. That will definitely not work. That one kind of works. The VOR for the airport's 113.0. Let's get a VOR tracking on that. Not a pilot in real life, Venomous. Not a pilot in real life, I'm afraid. Performance. In terms of our approach performance, we'll probably have an updated weather sheet, I think. So ATSU, not ATSU on AOC. Weather request send. Company message anyway, so might as well have a look at that quickly. Received. QR124. Safe landing. Cheers, dude. For another company message, received message. There we go. So it prints out that, so you can see weather certainly not as clear as it was in Melbourne. Nothing we won't be able to deal with. So next page. Grab the printouts. Printout will be on the windowsill. Right, so QNH 1002, 150 at 3 knots. 1002. 120 at 5 knots. The temperature. So 150 at 3, so 150 at 3, 27. 150 at 3, 27. Transition altitude, I know, 10,000 for Australia. Our barometer is going to be for localizer 790. Insert that. 4 flaps standing. We are good to go. All that's left now for me is to input this into Unicom. So it'll be a Nonum 3 Zulu approach. Probably end up being localized approach, won't it? Yeah, okay, localizer 1.5. We'll try an ILS. If it doesn't work, localizer most likely we're going to end up on. Inbound from the south, transition level 10,000. Nope, you put my flight number in wrong. I've just told you my flight number, Superflight. My flight number is QF702. Right, let's start descent, shall we? So now it's on Unicom that we're descending. Set altitude 3,700. Let's go, pilots. Set altitude flight. That's why I'm doing it wrong. Set altitude 3,700. Set altitude 3,700. Okay, I'll do it myself. Yeah, I need to sort out. For some reason, I can't get Windows voice recognition to actually do my system properly. It's very, very odd. Set altitude 3,700. Yeah, it's just messed up. I need to look into VoiceAttack again at some point. The settings aren't quite as good as it used to be. Set altitude 3,700. And it's just kind of listening longer than it should be. Let me see if I go to the settings and just kind of disable it, or not disable it, sorry, just kind of reduce it. Don't recognise speech. Down to 10 maybe. Command weight 50, 50 confidence. Reject pending speech. That's fine. Let's give that a go. Set altitude 5,000. Test. Okay, I'll look into Copilot again at some point. It's not quite acting as it should do. Normally it's alright for me, but for some reason, last couple of days it's just been a bit... The problem is, it's down to Windows. I mean, there's a thing you're meant to do with Windows, which helps it kind of learn your voice. The problem for me, I don't know if anyone can kind of, tell me how it works, but if I go to Recognition, Utilities, Speech Engine Training. So this is something that Windows has built in, where essentially you read the script, but instead of reading the script, it just crashes, I think. I am now speaking to my computer. And so it doesn't actually recognise what I'm saying, which causes it to stall. I don't know why this isn't working, but it's an issue with my Windows that is causing it to not work. Landing lights on. I'll restart it. Megapack's dead, Justin. Megapack is dead. Copilot's incapacitated. You never know, Kai, you never know. Landing lights on. Gear down. Yeah, no, it's bugged. Gone. Something to do with my Windows speech recognition. It just doesn't work. Broken. Very annoying. Let me take it back to 100. Enable that. Did you give the T? Not this time. Yeah. If you ever meet me in real life, never ask for a nice tea because it's not going to be quite to your liking. Certainly, I'll make it to my own taste, which, to be fair, I don't even like it that way. Landing lights on. Landing light on.
Landing light on.
Hey, there we go, Copilot's working again. Right. We got life. Set altitude 5,000.
5,000 feet.
Set altitude 3,700. There we go. All it took was a bit of a kicking. Copilot is now functional again. Speaking of which, does he appear in the menu? NCD menu options. Realism? No. Sorry. Yeah, I don't think Copilot actually works. Oh, it worked. Well, no physical model of a Copilot in this aircraft. Fair enough. Continue our descent. We are 70 miles at this point. Yeah, I'd say it's kind of on the edge of where we should be. Could have done a little bit earlier, but it's not terrible. I wouldn't say it's too late, Mr. Music. We're not sending super late for our altitude. We're passing 25,000 now. There's 60 miles to go. Well, we don't hit the localizer for another 80-90 miles or so. Plenty of time. Yeah, so all the deliveries I've got, there's no AID model matching on this, Justin, or my multiplayer. My AI is all IVAO done, so it's all multiplayer online server. The liveries downloaded individually from Flights.2 or Flights.com, yes. Liveries are downloaded individually. God, I can't talk today. Individually. 11 tons of fuel. I mean, in terms of our expected arrival fuel, right, look at the fuel page on this. Yeah, so we've got 11 tons of fuel left. We've burned 13,000. So we've burnt pretty much just over half our fuel tank today, which is pretty standard. In terms of our predicted fuel at the end of the flights, fuel predictions now, data. Hang on, never remember the right button for flight prediction. Where's fuel prediction? Just doesn't. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Doesn't actually calculate it. In new version of Flybar it calculates it, but this one doesn't. I'm excited for the Concorde, Justin. The only negative is that they're using an FMS rather than the old INS, the inertial reference system for GPS, which is a shame, but we'll certainly give it a go. Hopefully, at some point in the future, someone kind of retrofit an actual INS into it. Fair enough. The FMS is the easier way to go. They're basing it on an Airbus FMS, but I certainly wouldn't mind the old and gold way of flying the Concorde. INS, manual coordinates, hoping for the best. Not that I know how to use INS, but I would take time to practice it, that's for sure. Passing through 20,000 feet. 51 nautical miles, temp profile. We are. Yes, so. By the time we take into account the actual final turn there, we are alright in our position. And worst case scenario, we can always go for a slightly longer approach as well, but I don't think we need it today. Our descent is pretty much kind of on the limit of where we should be anyway, so we'll keep at it. Can get quite terrainous here, so I may turn on the terrain radar for sake of clarity. Turn our seatbelt signs on now, get passengers back to their seats. I'll give them a quick update as well. Hello legends, a quick update from the flight deck. We've started our descent into Cairns and should be landing in approximately 15 minutes. We are expecting relatively clear skies on the approach, some clouds, but a nice warm 27 degrees centigrade for you as we make our landing. Not too windy as well either, plenty of clear skies, some cloud, we should be alright for the approach today. Very shortly, we've totally been on to preparing to seats, preparing the aircraft for landing. We'll update very shortly as to when we should be approaching soon. Thank you. Right, so that was a really rubbish address, but there you go, a public address for the cabin. Not quite approached just yet, Sonny. We are descending. We're not quite on the approach just yet. So we've got a little bit left to go until we get there. Alternatively, if I get onto the localizer, what I can do from Delta for about 11 miles out, descend the glide slope at about 3 degrees, yes, so 60 miles out, 11 miles out, so 3 degrees out on the glide slope. So we can always do it manually as well if we can't quite get there. Very shortly, passing through 10,000 feet. Might as well enter the approach phase now, get the aircraft slowed down.
All Wi-Fi related tasks and still any larger electronics.
Reduce speed below to 50 knots. 90 odd cents, and then lights on. Start recording ourselves a replay. Set local altimeter 1002. And the system on and on. So hopefully if we do get a localizer, this will connect onto it. Which to be fair has done 20 nautical miles away. Up. Oof, there we go. Now we're getting the terrain out of this sim. Oof. Absolutely beautiful. And so a lot of this terrain was updated with the Sentinel 87, which the whole Australian scenery does look phenomenal in this. Terrain radar active just in case we do need to get another reference to our position to the ground. Welcome boss, how are you doing? I'm trying to chat. How are you today? No interior in this cabin, Hajime, I'm afraid. No interior in this cabin. So continue our current heading, we're making a right turn very shortly, get ourselves established to localizer, and then prepare the aircraft for landing. Turn rate at the moment, not too bad, about 600 to 700 feet per minute. We can increase decrease the flaps, slow the flaps as soon as you're ready to increase the slow down as well. At this point we've got good command of the aircrafts, we're at a good altitude, more than suitable for the rest of this approach. Airport should of course become visible on the right hand side, keep an eye out for that. You can see the coral reefs in the background as well. Some white colour in the distance there, start coming into effect. So we're going to be more on the weary side of the terrain, but should be alright for this stage of the approach. Oh yeah, A330 should give us some pretty smooth landings, definitely. Got no concerns with that aircraft, we should land it without too many problems. All depends on the winds on arrival, which at the moment is a headwind. I mean what? 1503 knots, it's a headwind, but it's such a light wind anyway. We won't really feel any effects of it on the aircraft. 330 should handle it, no problem today. Should be a more than standard textbook landing, got no concerns as to what the next couple of minutes are going to bring for us. The terrain radar starting to show some hills ahead of us. Nothing for us to be concerned by at this point, because they've got plenty of distance between us and the end of the valley. About a minute, so it's our right hand turn, get ourselves onto the intercepts of glide slope. With that hill, have to be careful about that. Tiny little blip on the radar. But to be fair, altitude wise, we're already pretty much bang on what the aircraft wants. Flaps position 1. Flaps position 1.
Flaps to 1.
Make a right turn, start making our way towards the runway heading. And we'll go just in front of that hill there. That line there goes us towards the runway. So continue the right hand turn. scenery in this. Absolutely stunning to look at. How many gigabytes the Australia update? It was only about 4 or 5 gigabytes for me. It wasn't the biggest in the world. It didn't take too long to download either. It's quite a small little update, this one. One more right hand turn, get a better angle on the glide path. 090 will do for me. And our last adjustment until we get ourselves onto the glide slope. Runway should come visible soon. Flaps position 2.
Flaps 2.
Nice and steady. Aircraft looking good altitude and heading wise. Flaps slowing down to position 2, so again chance to slow down, keeps the aircraft flying in steady. Any moment now, localizer should come into play. Localizer sets. And sights. And approach mode, very shortly. Sets. $7 miles, load landing gear. And again, I'm just kind of being taken back by the scenery in this. It really does look fantastic. It's just beautiful. I mean, look. Scenery, the world map around it. Taken aback by just how beautiful this sim now looks. It's going to take a long time until something comes out to even get close to visuals of this platform. The next plane's going to look good at plane 12, but just the visual aspects of this sim is honestly second to none. A long time starting to beat it. I'm turning off the terrain radar now since I'm quite happy with our approach in this runway. Nothing will kind of come from the right hand side for us. So that's 4,000. Yeah, nothing's come from the right hand side for us, so I'll turn off the terrain radar. At this point, really, it's just a case of focus on the approach and let the aircraft do all the rest. Landing gear down. Gear down. Help ourselves. Flaps full. Flaps full.
Flaps extended.
2,500.
It recognises some commands, others just not quite as well. That's the whole voice recognition from Microsoft. That I've got to figure out why it's not working properly. And that's on the combat. We are now approaching 1.5. Slight crosswind coming to play, but nothing major at the moment. $1,500. We're at the hand cam. There's the outer marker. Let's land this thing. Right, cabin check. Spoilers armed. Right, sets.
1,000.
Cabin crew, seats for landing, please.
1,000.
1,000. Autopilot's off. I'm in control.
100 above. Minimum.
Minimum to continue. Oh yeah, well, the 7's fantastic to fly. Seriously, some of the scenery in this sim is fantastic.
500. 500.
Really good photogrammetry too. Some of the best that the sim's had so far.
400. 300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard.
Throttle.
10. 5.
Reverse thrust sets. 100 knots. 80 knots. 6 knots reverses. Cut. Release the brakes. Exit runway. To the left when able. No sense liners runway. Interesting. Presume that's not quite like real life. Spoilers down. Flaps up. Ooh, got an achievement there. Sure, I can't see the achievement, but we've got achievements.
The local time is 9:10 a.m. and it's currently about 26 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain
Right, landing lights can come off. Taxi lights set. APU starts.
When opening the overhead bins, items may have shifted during the flight. As this is your final destination.
Taxi over to the terminals. Once again, we're using default scenery here at Cairns. No, quite happy with that landing. Was it 186 was it? So we'll check the flight reports later, both on Volanta and PACX. We arrived exactly a minute behind schedule, so it took about, so what was it, 3 hours and 11 minutes in total, so not terrible timekeeping there. But officially we are late as per PACX's stats records. But overall I can't really fuss about that flight. Very happy with how it overall progressed. From the start to the very end, just all went very smooth, very well in my favour. So overall I am pleased with this trip. We find ourselves a stand, preferably something with ground crew ready for us. Really tight around the corner the A330, I must admit. And again, don't go anywhere just yet. I have got replays of landing, so you'll be able to enjoy this from the passenger perspective as well. That's where I hope. Oh, is this where you live, Capital Gamer? You're out in Cairns, are you? Very, very nice. Yeah, I'd love to visit this part of the world one day. It's on the bucket list. Yeah, lucky Aussie is 26 degrees minus 10 where you are. Don't forget though, it is well, the season's kind of opposite to Northern Hemisphere. So where it's summer north, it's winter south. Where it's summer north, it's winter. Where it's winter north, summer south. It does opposite. It's kind of what you're used to, I guess. We'll do a replay, SoCal Surfer. Yes, we will be doing a replay. So we'll be looking at this landing from the passenger perspective as well as the ground, and I will be bringing back the old Drawyah cam as well. Given it's our first flight in Australia in a little while, we'll bring back the classic Australia cam, Drawyah cam. That'll do. Parking brake. Sets. AP available, AP bleed sets. Engines off. Let's come up as well, transponder. Seatbelt sign off. And strobe lights, wait for the N2 to hit below, sorry, N1 to hit below 3, click 3, there you go. Strobe lights, sorry, beacon lights off. Strobe's gone off as well, but hey ho. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Cairns. Local time right now is approximately 8:15. With temperature outside right now at a nice and warm at 27 degrees centigrade. We thank you for flying with Qantas. We hope you enjoyed the flight with us today. Wish you a safe forward journey. And we do hope to see us again in the very near future for another flights. Cabin crew just doors a cross check. Thank you for flying with us today. Turn off the taxi lights while we're at it. So go to the cabin. We'll bring the jetway up to the aircraft. Slowly allow passengers to depart from the airplane as soon as that connects. A330 has had a few updates, Skyfall, yes. It does get updated quite regularly. Well, semi-regularly, the A330. I think it was about a month ago, the last updates, but it is still an active project. They have announced that they are kind of streamlining the future update line, where they're kind of making it so, fair enough, they're updating it regularly, but it doesn't become like a spam of updates, if you know what I mean. So it doesn't essentially become a case where they're updating it every other day, forcing people to download and download and download until the latest update version. So yes, they update it, they work on it, although they are kind of streamlining the project, so it's not going to become like a hassle to keep it up to date every single time. But fair play to them. Heavy Headwinds sim have done a pretty good job with the A330, and it's fun to fly. So no doubt about it, it's a fun aircraft to fly. They've done a grand job to keep it up to date and make it a really good aircraft to operate in the old flight sim. A few more screenshots I need to upload quickly before I end the flight on Volanta. After the cabins here, you've got proper boarding music inside the airplane as well as passengers leave. They're all deboarding, it'll be nice and swift. Satisfaction 95% as well, so actually can't really fuss about the passenger satisfaction too much either. They've done a pretty good job, well, they've done a pretty good job at keeping the aircraft going well. Does it feel like 747? Not particularly, yes, okay, not particularly. They've done the physics are A330-like. It's kind of a mix of A320 and just a bit more weight to it. No, it's not takeoff, drag person. This is landing. We just landed. We just arrived at our gates. Right, so let's finish recording the replay. Let us finish the flight reports on PACX. So QF702, A330 300, which is 900. Whoops. Oh well. Melbourne to Cairns. 3-hour flight, 5-minute flight time. Plan departure 7:59. It actually departed 5 minutes late, so it actually kind of got there on time anyway. Just like late departure, late arrival. Passengers 256, of which satisfaction was 96. Landing rate at 180 feet per minute. We've got time of 3 hours and 20. So actually, the overall flight wasn't all that bad. I'll drop a report in chat, so if you guys wish to look at it in more detail, you can do so via the link. I'll be dropping in there very shortly. Let us A330 P3. I think Aerosoft of that's covered Hasu. We'll just get from IVAO. Bit of traffic today, was good to see. Let us finish the flight on our Volanta. So that should all be updated and uploaded. Get the last few screenshots of a chance. I mean, I've uploaded this to my Discord as well, but they're 4K screenshots that will, well, currently post 4K anymore on Discord. Just the size of the limit, and also a lot of people have cancelled their odd Discord nitros, including myself, around the whole NFT nonsense. So sadly, it won't go on Facebook unless Discord unless I compress them a bit later on. Otherwise, it was a 185 feet per minute, 1.06 G. So yeah, more than fair landing that. Right, flight plan. Let's end our flights with the 30th arrival to Cairns today. Of course, getting busier now since the whole update came out. Right, replay time I think. Slow the flight and let's have a look at the approach. So we'll do passenger view first, then we'll do some external views, then we'll do runways, and then kind of go from there. Also to do the doors I think. So that goes off, and then the ground shocks let's get rid of as well. That is linked to... I actually don't know, what is the ground shocks linked to? Is it parking brake? Yes. There we go. That's more like it.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Switch sides to the alarms. Boop, 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 boop. And then we're going to have to use the old-fashioned camera method because the new one doesn't, well, not quite. These cameras, they've changed it slightly, your window views. So 15, 13, 12. So anything above beyond 12 is new. So we'll do behind the wing right hand side, and in front of the wing left hand side. So pretty standard approach from passengers. I'm sure they're very much enjoying the scenery, the mountains, hills in the background. Again, just looking at the scenery in the sim just shows like how beautiful this is. You've got wing flex and headwinds, that's definitely been shown in that. But it's such a beautiful model this that in Microsoft Flight Sim, yeah, it's been recreated superb in this. A bit of a lag spike there. Welcome Media, how are you doing? I'm Channel Chat, how are you today? Over the runway, idle throttle, and a little bit of kicking rudder, touchdown. Yeah, overall, not a bad landing from the passenger perspective, I don't think. Not a bad landing at all. Then we get from the left hand side, so back to the odd camera menu, switch it to front view left, so 15 won't it, yes. This is just kind of just get the coast to the side. A few houses down below, a few people live down in the suburbs of Cairns, but mainly looking out at the sea. Oh yeah, the river's fantastic, I'm sure fun as well. You'll see that again from the left hand side as it goes towards the actual sea. There it is. Looking at the trees down here, kind of the whole jungle effects that the you get at this airport. It does, yeah. I keep saying it's great, but seriously, there's no other words I can really say apart from it is absolutely great. It's beautiful. A330, same as A320, Swales, same startup procedure. So if you watch my A320 tutorial, it's exactly the same. Right, let's look at it from the tail cam. Let's give you a proper fisheye wide view of the approach. Small adjustments to keep ourselves on the glide slope. Nothing too major there. A330 again. If you fly the Headwind A330, it's a very simple aircraft on final. Slow, steady, and really weighty. Yes, we'll be doing down under cam transfer gamer. We'll be making the return of Drawyah cam for this, I think. Little rudder kick there, nice and centered. No, Qantas don't fly the A330neo, they fly the 300 Icy Monkey, but because the Megapack 300 is no longer a thing, 900 is all you're getting really, so it's kind of a this or nothing kind of situation. This or nothing. Still landing gear view, watch the gear tilt in action there. It wasn't super late, I must say. It wasn't super late. I've done much late landings in aircraft. Tower view is not so great in most flights in SoCal, so I'm afraid the answer will be no to that. It's not so great. No audio, and the model gets really low resolution for distance. Get nice and steady. And the rear gears first, and then front gear, push down. Right, so if I'm going to go back to drone cam, I'm going to turn it off follow mode, increase the speed slightly, head to the touchdown zone. And let us set up Drawyah cam. There we go. This is the classic view we all know and love. Aircraft and short final. There you go. Here comes our beast. Go. Classic Drawyah cam, mate. FlightControlReplay, so Cal. Using FlightControlReplay for our replays. Yeah, can't fuss that, I think. Pretty much as close to a textbook 330 landing as you're going to get. So, yeah, that brings us to the end of our stream today. Again, 787, quick overview what it includes. You get the so you've got several photographic sceneries, including Adelaide, Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, Perth, Hobart, Cairns, Darwin, Townsville, Bunbury, and Mackay, not including Canberra, the capital, as you'd hope. Airport scenery as well. So you've got Longreach, Mount Beauty, Paraburdoo, and Shell Harbour as airports that are now handcrafted with high details throughout. Several new land challenges, bus trips, and discovery flights as well, and just overall a whole revamp of the entirety of the Australian photogrammetry is improved, scenery is improved, terrain mesh is improved, the resolution of mesh is improved, so it's just overall big improvements to the entirety of Australia. So we'll do a few more flights in this region over the next couple of weeks, certainly. And yeah, that kind of brings us to the end of that. So that was the Headwind A330neo. That was Qantas colours, flying from Melbourne to Cairns. Good flight overall, no complaints from my end. And what can you say? I think this was a pretty good flight indeed. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, do subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you very much for watching, taking part, tuning in. Thanks for donations, for the membership, subscriptions, all the lot as well. As always appreciates the support you guys give to my end. And honestly, without you guys, I really wouldn't be here. So, what can I say? You guys are the real superstars of this channel. So, yeah. Thank you for watching, guys. Take care of yourselves. And I hope to see you again soon for some more flights in action. As for streams, tomorrow we'll be doing some train simulator, so we'll be doing some Great Western Train Simulator. Friday, potentially some X-Plane, as I have a mate doing an IVAO train session at Stansted, I believe, so I'm trying to do for that. Saturday, Sunday, normal live streams on the afternoons, so yeah, that is all good to go. Take care, guys, have a good one, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye, and good night. If I had the right button, that'd be handy. Cool. Bye bye.